Imagine waking up one morning and realizing something is different. Not around you, but inside your head. At first, it feels like a faint vibration, like static from an old radio. Then it sharpens into whispers, fragments of sentences, emotions that don't belong to you. Within minutes, you understand the impossible. You're hearing other people's thoughts, not through sound, but directly as information in your brain. Science calls this theoretical ability cognitive transparency. And while it sounds like pure fiction, our brains already have the wiring that could make it possible. Every human thought is just an electrical signal. Neurons firing in synchronized patterns, producing language, emotion, memory, and intention. If another brain could decode those signals, if your neural networks could recognize the patterns of someone else's internal dialogue, then mind-to-mind reading wouldn't be magic. It would simply be advanced communication. But here's where things get terrifying. Your brain wasn't designed to handle more than one stream of conscious thought at a time. The prefrontal cortex, which manages decision-making and focus, is incredibly powerful, but extremely selective. Hearing one extra thought might feel manageable, like catching a whisper in a quiet room. But hearing hundreds, thousands, that would be like forcing a computer built to run a simple program to suddenly process the entire internet at once. You wouldn't just hear thoughts, you'd drown in them. Scientists already know that people with sensory overload disorders struggle because their brains can't filter enough incoming information. Now, imagine your brain suddenly receiving the unfiltered thoughts of every person within a 50-meter radius. Happiness, fear, boredom, resentment, anger, insecurity, desire. All of it pouring into your mind at the same time. The first thing you'd lose is your sense of self. Psychologists call it identity disintegration, a state where your inner voice is overwhelmed by external emotions until you can't tell what belongs to you anymore. And here's the eerie part. In some rare medical cases, we've already seen small hints of this. Likes are the #1 way. YouTube knows this video is valuable. So if you're enjoying this journey, please give it a like to help us out. During certain brain injuries or seizures, patients report hearing thoughts that feel like they come from outside, thoughts they know aren't their own. It's not telepathy, but it proves the brain can misattribute internal thoughts to external sources. Extend that glitch, amplify it, and you get the doorway to actual thought perception. But let's assume, miraculously, your brain adapts. Over time, neural plasticity kicks in, the brain's natural ability to rewire itself. You start filtering voices the way you filter background noise in a crowded room. You learn to tune into one mind at a time, focusing on patterns, rhythms, emotional signatures. Thoughts become recognizable like fingerprints. You can tell who is anxious, who's lying, who's hiding something, who's falling in love, who's silently breaking down. That level of access would fundamentally rewrite human interaction. No more secrets, no more manipulation, no more pretending to be okay. Society would collapse under the weight of total honesty. Relationships would fracture, governments would panic, and the concept of privacy, already fragile, would evaporate completely. Yet the power would be addictive. You'd understand people in ways they don't even understand themselves. You'd see the truth behind every smile, every handshake, every promise. You could predict crimes before they happen, because you'd sense the intention forming long before action. You could expose corruption instantly. You could walk into a job interview knowing exactly what they want to hear. You could become the most trusted or the most feared person alive. But there's a darker consequence scientists warn about, something far more dangerous than too many voices. Human thoughts aren't just words. They're images, impulses, urges, trauma, fantasies, and subconscious reactions. Most of what the brain produces never reaches conscious awareness. If you had access to all that raw data, you wouldn't just hear what people choose to think. You'd hear what they can't control. The suppressed memories, the violent urges, the insecurities they bury, the desires they deny, the jealousy they hide, the grief they never speak about. And no matter how strong you think you are, carrying the weight of everyone's inner world would slowly break you. Even if your brain adapted, your emotions wouldn't. Neurologically, humans are wired to mirror feelings. If someone near you experiences fear, your amygdala reacts. If someone feels joy, your dopamine levels shift. Now imagine absorbing emotional signals from every mind around you. You wouldn't just hear their thoughts. You would feel them, all of them, day after day. You'd become a sponge for humanity's deepest wounds and darkest impulses. Eventually, your mind would no longer belong to you. But here's the final twist, the part scientists barely talk about because it's too unsettling. If your brain could read thoughts, it might also broadcast them. Just like neurons can receive electrical signals, they can transmit them. Meaning someone else could hear you the same way. Meaning you're not the only one with this ability. Meaning someone out there might already have it. And if they can hear you, then somewhere, right now, a stranger might be listening to your thoughts. The ones you never speak, the ones you hide, the ones you pretend you don't have. If thought perception is possible, even for one person, then privacy doesn't just disappear for them. It disappears for everyone. So ask yourself, if the ability to hear every mind became real, would it be evolution? Or the end of individuality? Or maybe the real question is this: what if it has already happened and we're just waiting for the first person brave enough to admit it?